Good afternoon, everyone. Planets lining up, Earth, Mercury, Jupiter, earthquakes, maybe looking at Philippine eruptions. Chile coldest in 74 years. Indian Dipole going cold. Pacific Ocean going cold. The hot oceans are about to cool. And on the 6th of June, there's supposed to be many a planet in a line in the solar system. So you can see where we sit, bottom left, Earth viewing all the planets. So they will create that lineup. But what's interesting also is the Earth, also Mercury and Jupiter making a line there. Potential earthquake window. But this is your sky view map for the 6th and early on the 7th. And if we do get some electromagnetic tugging occurring on the planet, Canlaon volcano, Philippines. Not directly related to this lineup, but look at the amount of eruptive material, hot. Not something you see every day. Nor incredible rainstorms, record rains, Chongqing, China, pouring off the bridges. And it just continues with rivers from the sky. Well, this is actually hailstones from the sky. 2.5-inch hail. Denver Metro, largest hail in 35 years. Baseball-sized stones. And not to be undone, Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Potential record-breaking hailstone, Texas Panhandle. After all the upsets and undulations in bizarre weather occurring there. Take a look at NEXRAD. Moving over to Puebla, Mexico. How deep is that hail? You can actually see the accumulations there. That's a good 2 feet in my opinion. Could be wrong, but what is it with the rivers from the sky now? Hailstones of rivers from the sky. Unusual autumn freeze, Chile, coldest May in 74 years. And if we read in the blue below, which I highlighted there for you, country hasn't seen anything like this since 1950. And at the end of May, one of the longest cold fronts ever recorded and one of the earliest ever recorded. So I guess you get the double whammy on that. Beautiful vineyards in front of the snow-capped peaks. And the red box there circles 3.4 degrees Celsius below zero in Pozo Hondo. And you look at that in context. Lowest minimum temperature ever recorded in May in the country since 1967. Something happening down there with the Hunga Tonga eruption finally starting to bite in its effects. We shall see. Massive floods in Algeria. I know they get rain, but at this level, it's absurd and reportable. And the floods continue across the planet. Moving over to the Indian Dipole, positive phase, cooler than normal. Australia, Indonesia, warmer than normal. Eastern Africa, and you get that convection that spins, causing cooler waters to get pulled up. And that's what creates this Indian Dipole. Now we can see from October of 2023, it began into its cooling phase, and it's intensifying here as we move along. It turns out the key to losing weight and keeping it off is not carbs or fat or even probiotic-rich foods. Nope. The end game of having a healthy weight, as well as more energy and a long, healthy life, comes down to a specific switch which you can flip in your body to flush out unnecessary calories. Dr. Stephen Gundry is calling this caloric bypass. And by activating this specific process in your body, he's seen thousands, yes, thousands of people dramatically improve their health, even at age 50 and beyond. This includes losing weight, getting tons more energy, and returning to the good health that they had in their youth once they simply addressed this one key to better health. Dr. Stephen Gundry has lost 70 pounds himself using this research and has kept the weight off for over 20 years and counting. His digestive issues are gone, his health is fantastic, and he feels younger and healthier today than he did in his 40s. His video has been watched by over 20 million people to date, and you can watch and learn more about it at thehealthyfat.com/adapt. And he'll teach you exactly how he's kept his weight off for free at thehealthyfat.com/adapt. Click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. And a look through the IDO Index Time Series. We'll see those bumps in temperature. Last large bump, January 2020. We get the peak, which has already peaked and run its course. And if you move over to the IOD Index Interactive, you can see where the peaks and troughs are. Obviously, there's a lot more cooler on this chart than there are heat spikes, but if you bring it out a little bit closer in from 2018 to 24, see it's already peaked off and it's got its double peak. It's definitely dropping. Forecast for this one is Indian Ocean cold. And if we look back, left side of the chart, 1860 forward, we can see that steady trend. I wonder if that reflects surface temperatures as well. Just asking for a friend. Because the seas that we saw last year, hot in the Pacific, hot East Africa, hot Atlantic, this is going to flip. Cold, cold, and unknown in the Atlantic, although some reports say charbroiled, who knows. And this will take us out to August of 2024, according to the forecast, and that deep blue tongue penetrating deep into the Pacific. Temperatures reversing on a dime. And we can see that rollover's already begun. Now this is going to intensify. It's off the Galapagos Islands, but as you can see, that cooler water is definitely going to continue off further toward Indonesia. Again, the forecast for you, 2023 for that zero line is where you're looking for that to cross. The purple is where we are and where we are going. So somewhere around October, November, we'll reach the bottom on that and bounce off. At the same time, the Indian Dipole is in its cool phase. So then we would look at this in a different fashion here. We got two cool oceans, one hot ocean. What does that bring for us? Should be the question. Then we could look for correlations to surface temperatures as well. So if that was hot, hot, hot on three oceans and we just rolled through last year with absurd heat readings, should it not be the inverse if we're going cold, cold ocean, and what will we see for this year? Well, then I'm looking at the jet streams and how the precipitation in there is going to mash up on itself when we get the different temperature inversions. You're going to flip the entire planet's ocean's heating index. The clouds are not going to stay the same saturation that they are. They're going to pick up more moisture. So what are we looking at now? Absurd amounts of storms that make no sense across all continents. This shall increase, but again, you have to look at an root cause. The entire solar system itself is experiencing changes, which would lead to changes in the sun, solar activity. So when you start to couple these all together, look for more strangeness through the rest of the year. Blamed on you, the human. Pay your global tax. Don't ask questions. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Please share with your friends and family so we can start this conversation. Bye for now.